fools who can't hang. Coming with real game, it's sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks, and it goes along something like this.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the morning steam for a Wednesday, July 10th, with Bo Dunn joining us from Dallas. Bo, how'd you do yesterday?
I swept the board, man, once again.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? But now, man, ready to get to some money today. We can't worry about what happened last night, man. It's about that new money today. So ready to cash these tickets, man. Glad to be here with you. Let's get it.
Yeah, Bo, a couple of winners yesterday, but look at the leaders over at Tony'sPicks.com. I think that's at least seven in a row. Hey, Bo, I don't know. I mean, maybe we're on to you joined me this week. Maybe we're on to something here. Let's keep it rolling with our chat all-stars as well. We'll let them roll in. We'll talk for a few minutes and let everybody come on into the room here and get settled with their Java here today. A unique card today, Bo. We've got, of course, the two extra games in baseball with those rainouts yesterday. Probably should have saw it coming. I should have did a better job for you on the weather. But also, interestingly enough, 5 WNBA games. It isn't unusual for the WNBA to play some matinees in the beginning of their season. Maybe they've gotten away from it a little bit, having so many, and maybe they kind of saw what was coming with their popularity and all. But definitely unique today that all the games will be played in the day. They kind of do a thing, Bo. I remember it anyway. A lot of kids. A lot of kids go to the games, get discounted tickets and stuff like that. The average attendance right now is about little over 9,000 in these games. So we think of some of the big crowds, certainly, that they've generated this season. They're not always big. And, well, today they probably won't be overwhelmingly big, except maybe with those popular teams. But unique situation today with 5 games, and we'll preview those as well. And I'll maybe cover the big soccer matches today with you in the chat. Let me just say hello and welcome to some folks as we get rolling here with Bo today. And who do we have here joining us? I'm going to go to the chat, and Dave was here first. He says, good morning, Team Steam. Like, subscribe to this show and our channel, Tony's Picks, here on YouTube. Also, Gerardo, hello today. Jeff is here. I'm sure we'll get some soccer action from these folks. With our big matches today, we saw, of course, in yesterday's action, Copa America with Argentina defeating Canada 2-0, and Spain over France 2-1. Mbappe, maybe the best in the world, couldn't get it done in that one. Bo, I thought the most unique story yesterday, one of the most interesting stories yesterday, not related to gambling or anything, but a picture surfaced. You don't know how this is coming, but a picture surfaced of a young Lionel Messi who was in a picture with the new Spanish star. You've heard of course, 16-year-old Lamine Yamal, who scored that incredible goal. But when Messi was a player in his young career, when he was just starting out, they had a photo shoot with Barcelona, I guess, and they had a random contest, and it just so happened that family of now maybe the next great international. I mean, I don't know where, if you look at these soccer players, that goal yesterday was absolutely incredible. Bo, as he hit a shot that was just a curving beauty. You probably heard about how exciting it was, and there was a picture of a young Messi with that young man, now 16 years old, as a 6-month-old in taking a bath. It was a design photo shoot, but just incredible that you have basically the world's greatest footballer 16 years ago with a photo of maybe the next great footballer.
Right,
Who'd have
right.
thought that kid would be 16 years old, go on and grow up to be what he is right now? Wow.
Yeah, that's incredible right there.
Joseph Thompson's here today. Dre is here. D Money. Hello to D Money. Good to see you again. Also, Johnny Walker joining us today.
So,
Well, and Thomas Lewis, of course, here today as well. I'm already caught up in the chat. Maybe having Bo here is probably going to get me to come on a little bit earlier than stalling you guys. And we're still going to let some people come in here. Let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com and take a look at who did well yesterday here on the site. And I'll take a peek here. Let's see who we got. Also ahead of Bo, a little bit of as far as unit wise, it was Mark Eubanks on top of the handicapper leaderboards yesterday with a 7-3 record. Tony's Picks VIP account remains hot with a 3-0 record yesterday. There's Bo with his 2 winners here yesterday to go 2-0 on the day. Also, the 2 old ladies that bet consensus goes 3-0. Also, Tony T 2-1 yesterday. Tim Irwin 1-0. Sean A. Stinwitty 1-0. Stephen Duncan there 6-5, and Brandon Check, despite a 2-2 record, goes plus 50 units for the last 7 days. It's Ben Ruhala on top of the handicapper leaderboards, 57%, 12.5 units. Brandon Check is up there at 9.5 units. Stephen Duncan also 9.5 units. CJ Sturgeon 3 2/3 units over the last week. Tony's Picks VIP account 3.5 units. Hollywood Sam up is 9-5 over the past 7 days. Ron Crawford up over 2 2/3 units. EPA Sports Hoops is cracking the leaderboard there at plus 181, and there's our man Bo Dunn on top on the handicapper leaderboards over the last 7 days. Last 30 days, it's Brandon Check on top of the handicapper leaderboards with 21 2/3 units of profit, followed by Ben Ruhala. Bo, he's 90-90, but he's up 13 3/4 units. That shows you how Ben's playing, and he's hardcore baseball this year. So a 500 record over the last 30 days for Ben, but he's still up 13 1/4 units. He's heavy into those dogs. I wish I had the guts to do it all. And again, the favorites rolled a little bit yesterday, Bo, 10-3.
yeah. Yeah, we took a lot of favors too. So it worked out.
That's right. We did here on Team's Team. I wish I would have been. I've been kind of rolling a little bit with favorites in my premiums and taking a hit over the weekend, and here they came today. But we did have a lot. You're right. I was lamenting it almost how many favorites we were taking. So good job, Team's Team. We could almost recite some of the winners that Consensus had yesterday here on the show. So. No doubt, Team Steam had those favorite winners yesterday. I think let me see, I think I have them here with me. We'll keep it rolling. Cleveland Guardians for sure was a Team Steam winner yesterday on the show. I know you and I rolled with the Red Sox, Bo, together as far as a pick yesterday. All right. Also, let's see. We had a few more Orioles. I think maybe let me see. My writing's a little bit jumbly. Let's go to the All Cappers tab. This is where you'll find all the cappers here at Tony'sPicks.com, including one Bo Dunn. He's right up there near the top as one of the hot cappers. Click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice, and that's how you get signed up. Bo, what are you planning today? I've got a 5-pack myself in these early WNBA games. There's 5 games today, and, well, I've decided to fire on every one of them. How will you be attacking this card? 17 baseball games and 5 WNBA.
Yeah, you know me, man. I try to keep it low value. You know what I'm saying? I got a 3-pack in MLB. You can scoop up right now. I also got one best bet in WNBA between Vegas and Seattle on the side. So 4 picks in total. You can get them all individual, or you can get them in the pack. But get some long-term guys that'll definitely be the better way to go. That way you can get everything we put out. You got to worry about, just getting one individual play. You get everything we put on the card. So get some long term. That's why I'm walking with today.
Well said. That's why I brought you here, bro. Help me promote. I usually just kind of brush it off at the end, say thanks for listening, but I'm serious. Thanks everybody for listening to our. Kind of why we come on here. Yeah, we're going to give you a bunch of free picks, but we do want to promote this. And as I say, hey, you know, uh, you might not pay for any picks. You might be one of those types, but you want to see Bo and I keep coming back. Why not pick up one of Bo's passes here, including that best bet Major League Baseball right there, 3-pack today also with Bo. I had that 5-pack. As I said, Bo in the I just went one on every game, and I wanted to be involved in this. Well, I call it a special card today because you got all daytime action, 5 games in the WNBA. I guess they're kind of taking the center stage a little bit, although there are those big soccer matches today as well. Of course, doesn't go off until 3 p.m. Eastern and noon Pacific today with England and the Netherlands. Not a product that we really offer here, but certainly huge game with Holland going up against England. England's $1.35 in that one. The total is 2. We'll see if anybody's commenting. We got a big soccer centric crowd on the morning steamboat, probably just because of my interest in reciting the lines. And there's not a lot of people doing the soccer, but our crew seems to like it. So we'll see if they have anything on that also later today in a real hot matchup. Today, Bo, at the Copa America is going to be Uruguay and Colombia. This one's nearly a pick 'em. Colombia's been playing out of their mind here lately with a wild winning streak right now, maybe as great as Colombia has ever been. The unbeaten in their last 28 international matches right now. Hey, I'm not saying, Bo, and this is a long ways away, 2 years. I mean, Colombia's still going to have a tough matchup, whatever. They have a tough matchup today against a team like Uruguay. But
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out one World Cup future 2 years down the line. It's going to be on Colombia. Mentioned the 28-game winning streak. Look, it's not all, we're talking about friendlies here and there, but still, I don't care who you're playing. 28 in a row, unbeaten streak, I should add. But nonetheless, they're 100-1 to win the World Cup. Not saying Colombia, look, they're awesome international teams. We're seeing them all in Euro, but hey, to cash in on 100-1, all you got to do is kind of sneak in there to the final grouping stage, get into the knockouts, and get lucky once or twice, and you're going to have a nice little leverage play. But pretty interesting that Colombia has been so awesome here out of South America with Brazil out there and Uruguay as well. So that's kind of another hot matchup today. I'm showing on the screen, Bo, my 5-pack here in the WNBA today for 25. Use the promo code Tony T at checkout to save 20% off all premium pick packages today here at Tony's Picks, not just from Bo and I, but from all the handicappers here at Tony'sPicks.com. All right. Thanks for listening to that. I'm going to say hello to a few more folks, and then we'll get on with the picks here. And who else has joined us today? Tyrone Christopher, hello. Here's Gerardo's got us our first soccer play here, Bo. He's got the draw, Uruguay and Colombia. The interesting thing about that, Bo, in the Copa America, the Euro, they play 30 more minutes, 2 15-minute extra periods. In the Copa, after the 90 minutes plus injury time, they just go right to the penalty kicks. They just sounds like something America would make up.
Yeah, man. But I looked at that game, thinking about putting something on it. It said the last 5 times they made it ended in a tie.
Oh, there you go. And there's Gerardo coming at us with that.
Good look, it's tied at 90 minutes. And I think it's like plus 180, something like that. So might be something to drop a little shekels down.
Thomas Bird in the chat as well. Good day, Ramon and Bo. His 6-team parlay hit. Hey, did we give it? I'm waiting. Can we get a pizza sent our way or something, Thomas? Appreciate your coming by today. And get ready here. I think we're all caught up already, Bo. So I'm going to start to fire up the. Here's one more Gerardo. He's got Netherlands draw no bet So he's got Netherlands to win. If they end up drawing that regulation 90 minutes, he'll get his money back. I know a lot of our guys know that, but soccer betting's so unique. I want to. Oh, Bo, I want to mention here a couple of Steam play. One did come in here at the beginning of the show. Maybe you heard it. It was in the Dodger game. We're going to get to it in just a moment. It's one of the earliest, one of the at evening games, but one of the top ones on the board early on. But Steam has come in here on the over today, Dodgers and Philadelphia. Right as I was going with the monologue there, it was 9, but it's 9.5 all over right now. Dodgers and Philly. Maybe our first Steam move here of the day on the morning Steam. There's been a little bit of overnight action. We'll keep you posted when we get there. We bring up the little panel that has our names on it, Bo, that says we're giving out free picks so people know when they stop in what they're getting with us. Yep. There we go. Let's start it off with some doubleheader action now today, Bo. With 2 games were rained out yesterday, and I'll look at the weather here today to make sure. But first off, we'll go to the first game 1 between the Royals and the Cardinals here. With the Royals will list Marsh as the starter and St. Louis with Palante. And well, I don't want to make you do your work over again from yesterday. And things could have changed for you opinion wise, or given a day off, or might just go with the same thing. But we're going to tell everyone about each and every game. So Royals and Marsh, Cardinals and Palante here in this one.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with Cardinals on the money line. Yesterday it was Andre Palat going up against Micah. Was it Micah Walker? It was a different pitcher.
Yeah, they mixed him up a little bit. Yeah.
So now we got Alex Morris. So his ERA on the road is over 5.12. So I like it even better with Cardinals in the money line going up against Marsh in this one.
All right, Bo, take Cardinals here with Palante on the board at $1.30 or so. For Palante, we did mention it, 3.18 ERA in his last 3 starts. Marsh, 5.52 ERA in his last 3 starts. For me, Bo, I'm going to end up on the under here in this one. A lot of times you get these double headers, they just kind of cook along a little bit, and we'll see. I was going to peek here if I can at the weather and see if anything too crazy today. Hopefully everything's passed, and we'll get these games in. Just look at the first one here with these 2, and then I'll also look at the weather. Of course, you got to look at the weather in our other doubleheader. Okay, pardon me, just one moment here on this one, Bo.
Got it.
84 degrees, wind blowing out 10 miles an hour, no rain expected until after the game. They'll have rain here, which is, there is doubleheader. So we'll see rain expected but after the first game ends. So that will be interesting to note. Okay, I'll just take the under here in this one. Bo is on the cards. Let's move on. We'll come back to game 2. It's a little bit down in the schedule because of the night card. It's kind of a day-night doubleheader. They'll play a traditional doubleheader here now, meaning the games are, basically one right after another. That first doubleheader will take a couple of hours off. This one will take about 20 or 30 minutes between games. Some steam rolling in here, Bo, on one of our other games, Miami, here against Houston. They're taking them. The Sharps are taking them at plus 215 or so. Interesting to note. I kind of like Miami there. We'll talk about it, but that's some steam right now coming in according to the line service. All right, here we go. First game of this doubleheader between the Twins and the White Sox. Bailey Ober on the mound here against Eric Fetty in this one. Bo for Twins here, $1.70 in this one. Ober 2.31 ERA in his last 4 starts and a 3-0 record. Twins continuing to roll here. They've won 17 of their last 24 games for Fetty. A 2.81 ERA in his last 5 starts. I believe this one, Bo, maybe this is the one I was referring. Maybe I got it backwards. This one's the same matchup.
Yeah, I took the Twins on the run line, so I'm still in the same position. This game,
Okay.
they hitting over 300, man, over the last couple of weeks, putting over 7 runs a game. Yeah, I think they'll get it by 2. So I'm still rocking with the Twins on the run line in this one.
All right. And let me see. Right now, the line's gone down here a little bit at a few places, but I'm showing DraftKings $1.75 here. So maybe I'm real interested in where this one ends up going here in the next few minutes, because this one seems to be all over the place. Most of the books are sitting there at about $1.55, but DraftKings is up 20 cents higher. Maybe I'm just seeing a bad number at this point. All right, Bo here with Minnesota in this one. I'm going to end up actually, I know I just said about double headers, but I'm going to go over here actually in this game with the Twins and the White Sox. I mean, both guys been awesome here of late, but if they're going to just end up hanging this 8 here at this point, yeah, it's pretty much 8. So I'm gonna tick the over here actually in this one. They're coming right back after. Oh, here comes some plays. I kind of skipped the plays there. What am I doing, Bo?
Hey,
Yeah, I skipped the whole Kansas City game. Sorry, guys. And maybe I'm just kind of getting used to things here. They might be giving me the business. I'm going to go back to that first game just a little bit, recite these plays. I got to do better. Trey was on the over. Jeff was on Kansas City. Dave was on the Royals under. As already moved into, yeah, there wasn't too many picks there, I think, in that one. Joe Thompson said he wants both the over in both of these doubleheader games we're going to cover here in just a moment. Jeff's asking what I had in that first game, and I went with the under. Bo went with the Cards. Twins over for Dave in game 1. And want to say hello to 2 Zigs here joining us in the chat for the first time, and he's reciting the plays that we made for Jeff. So appreciate 2 Zigs stopping in there and making that comment. I haven't seen him before, and I got to tell you, Bo, 2 Zigs. He has a majestic gray beard with long blonde hair, a good-looking man in his avatar, but I can't get over that beard is incredible. All right. Thanks for coming, 2 Zigs. Good to have you on Team Steam. All right. Second game of the Twin Bill here now. They shouldn't have did this to us on just our third show together. Twins and White Sox game 2. Here's Pablo Lopez going up, going to be a road favorite here in this one against Thorpe. Thorpe, a 1.47 ERA, is one of those White Sox pitchers that I've talked about. Everybody's talking about, really. Lopez, though, he's been good too. 3.32 ERA in his last 3 starts. Minnesota's 4-1 with Lopez in his last 5 starts. So good pitching here again.
Yeah, this is the one I like to open in. You know what I'm saying? I know Thorpe has been looking okay, but still, once again, man, this Minnesota Twins lineup, batting over 300, just crushing the baseball right now. So I think they'll probably get close to that total by themselves. And I think the White Sox will be able to get to Lopez, who's his ERA is a little high right now. I know he's been winning for him, but he's still giving up runs. I like to open this one.
And I'll be on the White Sox. I'll add the run line here in this one, showing right now that Lopez about $1.65 or so in game 2, total 8 under 15. But I'll grab the White Sox on the run line. No doubt, the White Sox. I don't want to say if they're vastly improved over what we saw early on. They have won 4 of their last 5, so good on them. All right. Well, at least we covered that one. We'll cover that other Royals game in just a moment. Let's see if they're this one's going to be kind of tough in the chat. I kind of made it tough on them because we got the double header with the 2 same teams. Let's see here. Maybe Dre's on the under in game 2. And that might be it from the chat with the double header. So we'll move on. That one that's a little tough, and I know, and game two a doubleheader is even sometimes reluctant. Obviously, we like to see game one before we make the call on game two. But Bo and I are going to give you a couple of picks here to roll with. Just watch game one and make sure, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But just for our purposes, man. When I have it'll be double headers, I just leave them games alone. Just giving out free picks on these, but most of the time I just don't bet them double headers. Just don't know what's gonna happen. And then most of the time, so I just leave them alone as far as putting real money on them.
Dave took the over in game two. Tyrone Christopher says, don't fade the Twins when they're hot. Jeff says, who'd I take in game one? I'm sorry, I'm not being very clear here on my picks. Maybe it's a little bit of just making sure we got Bo in here. I went with, in game one, the over in the Twins and the White Sox. All right. Here come the Cubs now, and Imanaga going up against the Orioles and Corbin Burns. Have Burns here $1.70. The total is 8.5 in this one. For Burns here, Bo, in this one, I would think he's got a 2.49 ERA in his last 7 starts, so he's back to clicking again. Orioles are 7-2 in his last 9 starts, and Burns has gone 5-1 in those last 7 starts. Baltimore's won 8 of their last 12 here. Cubs come in playing pretty well, have won 4 of their last 5 games. We saw some runs here yesterday between these two teams, and Brewers, Burns has gone over in 7 of his last 9. The Brewers have gone over in 6 of their last 9 as well. Plays are coming in from the chat. What do you got, Bo?
Yeah, I do think we'll see some runs. So that over 8 is in play for me. I like that one. But I like Burns and the Orioles to get the win, man. Come off that, but had lost man yesterday. I think we took the Orioles in that spot. But I look for them to bounce back. Igman Naga, man, he's been getting hit up these last 3 games, giving up, I think, 16 runs and 22 hits. So maybe they get that film on him now, man, so they can get to him. I think that Baltimore Orioles lineup can do it. And I think they'll get this 3 runs. So I like Baltimore Orioles on that run line. Cubs are 7-17 on the road with that win yesterday. So give me the over and give me Baltimore on the run line.
Oh, a Ramon special double play sounds like from Bo. He's going to give you a Baltimore here. Gives me a chance to maybe tag along on one of these 2 plays. It feels like here, man, the steam's kind of rolling in here at this point. Bo, on some of these games, I can't even keep up at this point. I'm going to roll with the over here with you in this one, Bo, and take this one to see some runs. Look, what's the total here now? I listed it on the screen, and it's 8.5 here now, so it's gone up a little bit. I'll take the over. Let me tell you who some of our friends are on. Thomas was on Baltimore. Frankie Diamond, Baltimore run. Both guys run line. Hey, want to say hello and welcome to the first time for Randy Poss. He's got the Texas Rangers in that other game, but I just wanted to shout him out for stopping by here in this one. So thank you, Randy Post. Good to have you. Thomas said, give me Baltimore on the over. Juice is on the over. Dave is on the over. Sounds like Baltimore. Sounds like what Bo just gave us, pretty much. And I'll take the over, and Bo's on the run line here with the O's. All right, Justin, top of the morning. He says, welcome to Justin. Also, Johnny Walker here today. He says, what's that fresh steam in the morning? And Justin says, give me Orioles team total over. D Money chimes in with an over as well. Lots of over action here. Feels almost consensus-y at this point. All right. Here comes the Guardians taking on the Tigers with Tanner Bybee on the mound here for the Guardians, a road favorite here against Reese Olson and the Tigers. For Bybee in this one, he's got a 1.55 ERA in his last 4 starts. The Guardians are 14-4 behind Bybee this season. They've gone under in 9 of his 13 starts. For Olson, a 2.25 ERA in his last 4 starts, 2-0 record he has, but we've talked about it, Bo, with Olson. The Tigers are just 3-14 despite pretty okay numbers for Olson. The Tigers have lost 4 of their last 5 games. They've gone over in 7 of their last 10, and Olson's gone over in 6 of his last 7 starts.
Yeah, man. So got to keep rocking with Cleveland. I know that bullpen been kind of getting up late, but like you said, man, Reese Austin just like when he pitched for him, when he pitched for Detroit, they just don't give him no run support. I think that's why his record is what it is. And I think at home when BB pitches at home, his ERA is up. So Progressive Field been kind of hit friendly. It's normally known as a pitcher friendly park, but his ERA on the road is way lower. His 4-1 is 5 starts on the road. So I'm gonna take the Guardians, man, get the win on the money line.
All right, Bo says Guardians on that money line. And, well, I'm going to go against you, but I'm going to add the handicap here. I don't think it's a great price for me, but I'm going to take the Tigers to hang in this one. I think we're just going to – I think even though I just touted these guys as, pretty decent right now with their numbers, I'm going to think that there could be some runs today. I might be a little contrarian here in this one. And let me see how – ugly this line is. I just don't want to go totally against Bo. I also want to pass along while I'm looking this up some steam coming in right now. It's on the game we're coming up to in just a moment, but it's the Oakland A's and Boston Red Sox, Bo. We're seeing this one being beat hard right now to the over. It was 9.5 with Boston and Oakland, but the steam is rolling in. I'm showing circa 10/15. Bovada's up to 10. South Point here, 10/15 here in Las Vegas. So steam coming in on the over right now in that one with Oakland and Boston. All right. For me, if I'm going to end up here on this run line, take a look here with Detroit. Oh, minus $1.40. Okay, I'm okay with that. If it's a little bit cheaper than Bo's money line, probably was about the same, but I'll take the handicap. We can both win. All right, it's your comments in the chat in this one. We just saw also want to pass along, quick work here at Wimbledon this morning, Bo, as Rybakina has defeated Svitolina in straight sets. They're going to a tiebreak, second set right now between Ostapenko and Krejcikova. Here, Ostapenko lost the first set. She was a pretty heavy favorite in the match. Krejcikova won the first set, but they're going to a tiebreak here in the second set. Could be some drama. And don't know if you heard this one, Bo, as I touch on our tennis here right in the middle of baseball. Tony tells me to stay on track, but with the matches just ending, tell everyone that Alex de Minaur had to retire before his match or withdraw from his match against Novak Djokovic here today. So Novak advances without a challenge. Here come the plays from the chat, Guardians and Tigers. Hello to Chad joining us today for that WNBA. He says we better hurry it up, Bo. We've only got an hour and 20 minutes before the game start. Here's Thomas Lewis gave us the over as a consensus play, as I said, from the chat, Cubs and Orioles. Here come the plays in this one. Frankie Diamond joins us today. He's got under in the Cleveland game. Thomas is going with the Guardians money line. Thomas Bird says Detroit under team total here. Dave has the Guardians under. Also, King Cosmo. King Cosmo just said Bo is solid. He didn't even give us a pay. Thank you, King. I thought so. I thought it was a good idea. All right. Well, Bo's on Cleveland. I'm on Detroit, but I've added the run line. Next up, Mariners and I think I got that. I think I'm wrong here. We got the Yankees and the Rays. Oh, no, I had it right. I was like, why are the I guess we're playing one of those matinees today. All right, no problem, Bo. I didn't mean to do that to you, but my Padres are playing a 345er here in the West Coast. That's fine. With King pitching today, he's a $1.40 favorite here, going up against the Mariners. Talked about, maybe there wouldn't be many runs, but, well, that was one you and I agreed on yesterday. I don't think we got that one right. With the Padres and the Mariners, but still coming back today here in Petco. Guess it could still be a low score. What do you got here, Bo, with my Padres coming in to this one with King?
Yeah, man, I'm just gonna keep on fading Seattle, man. They're struggling to score. I know they put up some runs yesterday. But I like this boy King for the Padres. He been pitching well at home. And like I said, man, it's always low scoring spots in this Petco Park. So I think the Mariners gonna struggle to score. So I'm taking the Padres, man, to bounce back off the loss yesterday.
All right, Bo's going to take the Padres here in this one at minus $1.40 or so right now. It's probably down to about maybe even $1.30 here. Is maybe some support for Bryce Miller and the Mariners here in this one. I probably like the under. I'll try it today. As right now, it does show 7.5 anywhere, so I'll go back to the well with the under if it's going to put a hook on there, Bo. I'm not saying I'm just a technical handicapper, but I'm gonna end up on the under. If anything, the hook is always kind of the what puts you on the play. So you know what, I got it under. I'll take it under here. Let's go to the chat and see what they got with the Padre game. Frankie Diamond going with the Padres. Fernando's on the Padres. Thomas Lewis on the Padres here today as I try to keep it going here. That might be it. Might be it from the chat in this one. Let's get ready to move on. Now it'll be the Yankees and the Rays with Marcus Stroman on the road here going up against Zach Eflin. And for Stroman here, I'm showing the Rays actually the slight favorite. They might be up to $1.20 here in a few spots. They might be taking the slightest of action. Total is 8 over minus 115 here in this one. Bo Stroman has a ERA over 6 in his last 3 starts, and the Yankees, if anything, I'm not saying the Yankee fans are panicking yet, but now having dropped 17 of their last 23, there are some grumbling and bumbling, and why are we managing this way now? Zach Eflin comes in a 5 ERA in his last 3 starts. The Rays have dropped 4 of their last 6. You had it yesterday, Bo. This was one of your premium play winners. You had the over in the Yankees and the Rays.
Yeah, man. These Yankees, man, just burning money, man. I think they lost 13 at 17. Just can't trust them right now, man. You know, when it comes to this lineup, I know it's dangerous, but just maybe the top 4. When you get down from there from 5 on down, I'm just not scared of this lineup. I think that's where it's really hurting them at, man. You know what I'm saying? That bottom half of that lineup just can't hit. I like the way Zach Evans pitch at home, man. I'm gonna take the Rays on the money line at the small price. Just can't trust the Yankees right now.
Yeah, you look at guys like Austin Wells, like Volpe, like the guy who's probably getting the most heat right now in this lineup, our guy Trent Grisham, just not getting anything done here at this point, and also DJ, I think, moving down in the lineup here so far. So once you get past those guys, Rice has been, a huge story. Obviously, everybody's thrilled with this guy. He homered again yesterday, and coming off that big 3-homer game a couple of nights ago. So Rice has been exciting so far to give him a little bit of boost. I'll end up on the under here in this one with Stroman and Eflin. Bo's going to take the Rays. See if the chat has anything here with this one. And Juice going to fade the Yankees until he sees some signs of life. Frankie Diamond's on the Yankees. Want to say hello and welcome. Jermaine Connolly in the chat today. And Dave is going to go with the under in this one. Next up, here's that Dodgers and Phillies, and I'll update that total. I mentioned 9.5, and that's where we're sitting pretty much right now, maybe 9.5 flat after that steam has come in here a little bit with Stone going for the Dodgers and Sanchez here going for the Phillies in this one. Bo, you got for the Dodgers in this one, and Stone 2.36 ERA in his last 7 starts, but he's gone 5-0 in those starts. The Dodgers are 12-4 with Stone on the mound. Also, they've dropped 6 of their last 10. Dodgers have gone over in 9 of their last 10. The Phillies, Sanchez has a 3 ERA in his last 4 starts and has gone 3-1. Phillies are 8-3 in his last 11 starts, and they're 20 games over 500 at home right now.
Yeah, man. You know, with the Dodgers coming out that and lost yesterday, man, losing like that, we're getting them a great price with Gavin Stone. He's been looking pretty good, man. Probably one of their best starters for me of the last month or so for them. He's been winning on the road. Christopher Sanchez has been doing good for the Phillies, man. But I'm gonna take that plus money, man. With the Dodgers come out that bad loss, then they bounce back in this one.
All right, Bo here is going to take the Dodgers on the road here with Stone. Again, we saw the return obviously yesterday, Bo, to the lineup of the Phillies big sluggers. And I don't need to, ask you about how they'll fare with these guys but I felt like they managed things pretty well over the last 10 plus days.
Yeah, I mean, it's the All-Star break for them come up, so I think it's really kind of just trying to get through there, get a little rest, man. They'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm not putting you on the spot with your Dodger play, just commenting on the fact that Phillies, with their big sluggers returning here, still 59 and 32. So, okay, one quick note here also. They wrapped it up here with Krejcikova, big upset, plus $2 dog winning over Yelena Ostapenko, who seemed to be on fire and on target here, maybe to get to the final. But Ostapenko's run out of gas here a little bit at Wimbledon, and a shocker. And Krejcikova, the 31 seed, is going to advance at plus $2. Coming up, Musetti and my guy Bo from San Diego, Taylor Fritz. He's minus 450 against Lorenzo Musetti. I probably think Musetti might be, but I didn't do well yesterday with picks on the air, but I'll take Musetti here plus probably 4.5 games or so. And Fritz maybe feeling the pressure of his box here a little bit. He got in a little bit of trouble, as I said. All right, here, let's move on to we got comments here, Dodgers and Phillies. Let's get them. Here is Frankie Diamond. He's got the Philly. Oh, Jermaine's got an important question. Let me go back here, though. I'm real sorry. He says, how do you guys read the lines when the money line is on one team and the run line is on the other? Try to so Jermaine, most of the time the favored team, I hope I get this right, or maybe both, you can understand, I'm reading it word for word, so but Jermaine, the favored team is always going to be laying 1.5 in general at the books when they list the lines there on the screen. That doesn't mean that they're not offering you can actually go into a lot of books, and even the Dodgers at minus, say, 150, you can get a plus 1.5 line and probably lay 275 or something like that. So it's not necessarily a standard one way or the other. Let me read it again, Bo, and maybe because you're good at this and maybe I'm not. How do you guys read the lines when the money line is on one team and the run line is on the other? Now, here's the other thing, Bo. Maybe this is it too. Sometimes we do see when the game's kind of close to a pick 'em, like a home team might be 115 and they've just moved to a favorite, and they'll still leave the run line on the team that was previously favored, and they'll be minus 1.5 at, I don't know, plus $2 or more usually. So hope I got a little bit there with Jermaine. Anything on Bo?
I guess I'm not really understanding the question fully. So
okay, we're not putting you on the spot, Jermaine, but I want to try to get you right on that. And our chat's pretty good too. Go ahead, Bo.
Now I'm just saying, my bad, Jermaine, man. Sorry I can't answer your question, but just not fully understanding.
Okay, I hope I might have interpreted it correctly, but I just wanted to make sure. And the other thing I would say, Jermaine, you don't worry about if you like one team or the other. You just look at that money line. You worry about that money line, and then if you don't like the money line, then maybe you look at the run line on the handicap. Maybe you like taking an extra 1.5 and lay a little juice, or maybe you don't like the fact that you think that the team is going to crush them and they were only minus $1.20, and then you'll lay that run line at minus 1.5, and sometimes get a little plus money. That's what we like. All right.
It also just depends on what you're willing to lay as far as the juice. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to when I'm putting my best bets in, I try to lay no more than like minus 120, minus 125. And when I'm doing a run line, I try to make sure it's plus money. You know what I'm saying? Or else it's really not no run line. You're not getting no plus money.
Yeah, I'm probably a little bit of a rule breaker myself, but all right, let's get these picks in here. Frankie Diamond's going over. Thomas Lewis is on Philly. Juice says, give me Philly. Ron Hahn's here, Bo. He's on the Phillies. And I know you probably watched a few episodes of Sanford and Son. Well, you know what I mean, my friend.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah, you watched it. You heard you. Oh, watched them. All right. Here. Few more Curvin going over. Want to say hello and hello. Miss you, Jose Sierra. You're in the chat today and haven't seen you in a while. Great to see you, Jose. He's got a bunch of emojis, Bo. He's got the flying money. He's got the green dollar tongue face. He's got the money bag there. He's got the baseball. He's got the dollar sign. Jose, it's good to have you back. Hope you're doing well. David Dickens on Phillies over. And also Dre, Phillies run line. Jose, Phillies. That only counts as one vote, Thomas, by the way. And also here, Jermaine. Okay, he's trying to help us here, and he's using this game, so maybe we can get it. So he says, let's say Phillies run line minus 1.5 plus 164, and Dodgers minus 120. Well, that's exactly what I don't know how else to interpret it other than the fact, the Dodgers at getting that money on the run line like that. Now the Dodgers are going to be minus 120 in this game on the money line. We know that because the Philly, they're plus 120 in this game. So I hope I'm getting it right, Jermaine. Hey, Jermaine, all I can say is Bo's very experienced handicapper, and I've been doing this all my life. And if I'm not explaining it correctly, if you have time to come hang with us for a few times a week or a month, I think you'll gain some extra knowledge. Hope I can be your guy here. Thank you, sir. All right. Darren stopping in. He says hello. I want to say hello to John Chow there. He said, can you go in over all the steam at the end of the slate? We might try, John. Thank you so much. Thomas says it's a consensus, Bo. Phillies are chat. They like Phillies here today. That's okay, Bo. No problem.
I like being that contrarian sometimes.
I'll put it down there.
Yesterday, everybody had took the Arizona on the full game. I think I was maybe one or two people that took the Braves. So sometimes being on that island by yourself, man, work out.
Dennis Finley's going the under, and welcome to Dust 10 today, Bo. I think is Dust 10. I always say it like that, and I think it's probably Dustin, and he spells his name in the chat DUS 10 Dust 10. All right, that's sometimes I get a little intimidated by our chat. Sometimes I give out a play and they go the other way, and I go later on. I'm like, well, I better bet the run line on that other team. Maybe the chat's got it. Here we go. Rockies and Reds, Freeland. And here's Frankie Montas, moved from yesterday, as I mentioned, I guess, for the Rockies and Freeland, a 1.89 ERA in his last three starts. Colorado's lost three straight here. Montas, 2.65 ERA in his last three starts. The Reds are 3-11, however, in his last 14 starts. The Reds are 3-7 in their last 10 games at home.
Give me the under. You know what I'm saying? Rockets struggling to score. Frankie Montas have not allowed 2 or more runs last 7 starts. Under is 6 and 7 for the Colorado in the last 7 games. Under is 4 and 5 for the Reds. So give me the under in this one.
All right, Bo's going under here, Colorado and Cincinnati. That's the way it feels like the Sharps are rolling in with these guys right now. Bo on the under. We've seen it. There were an early 9.5, but mostly nines here. I want to see right now how low can you go? Mostly 9 under 15. So I don't know. That kind of stands out for me here. I kind of like that. Um, yeah, let me go ahead. I'm going to take the Rockies on the run line. Maybe I like that total a little bit too much here, Bo. I'm going to try the Rockies here to hang in there with the Reds today. Getting an okay price here, it feels like, at plus 1.5, minus $1.35 or so. I'm going to try the Rocks on the road plus the 1.5. How about you in the chat? Just felt like that Reds. I mean, I don't want to be seen with holding a Reds ticket that says $1.75. I think is my problem.
I know that's right, especially now with Frankie Montas.
Yeah, let's see him get back here a little bit. Let's see here with some plays with. And Justin's still trying to help me here. I'm obviously not able to answer his question. Yeah. All right. Here's Trey on the under and Reds and the under here for Darren. If you can give him a help out in the chat there a little bit, that'd be great. Here's Elliot Jameson says, good morning. And Jeff says, Ramon, what'd you have in the last game? Oh, I'm sorry. I am really terrible today. I went with that's maybe I didn't make no, I had the over, right? Oh, with Dodgers and
Yeah, you took. I don't think you put your pick in.
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
No wonder.
yeah.
Terrible. Okay.
You trying to answer Jermaine's question, so I think that throws you off on putting your pick in.
All right. You're probably right on that. I'll take the over as my play mostly because we're seeing 9.5s out there right now, and I thought runs might come. Uh, definitely with those sluggers back. Give me the over in that one. Okay, here we go. And Jermaine Doe, let's see, Reds run line though for him, maybe I think is what he's saying. And here's Frankie Diamond going under in this one. Elliot says, any golf bettors in here? I will say this, but I just want to get a little. Maybe I'll pick some golfers tomorrow. I know I should be doing it on Wednesday, but I will say this: in the one of the tournaments tomorrow, and there's a kind of a different level of way they're spread out, but I believe an amateur is favored in the PGA event. A hot amateur player from Florida State. I'll have to get the story on that. Sounds like something I want to talk about. Juice says he has a feeling the Rockies do cover the spread, so maybe he's on the run line with me. Dave says he's got the Reds. Reese Hines, obviously hot here. Everybody's talking about him. Robert McCormick stopping in today. He's got the Reds team total over. Thank you. Justin will ride with me in the Rockies here. And Jermaine says the DraftKings has some crazy looking lines. I just think if I could just say anything, Jermaine, is just separate the two. Don't even look at the run. Look at the money line first. I mean, that's what most people are going to play. Some people getting started have trouble, with the run line a little bit. Okay, we're all caught up on that one. I don't feel like we had any consensus there. We'll see what Thomas says. We move on. Coming up next one here, Bo, is a Nationals going up against the Mets. Got Corbin going up against Severino here. Everyone makes fun of him, but man, I don't know. Corbin seems to go out there and do a credible job. Washington, though, is 1-9 in his last 10 starts. Maybe they lose confidence with this guy on the mound. Severino a 6 ERA in his last 4 starts. Nats have dropped 14 of their last 21. Bo, Mets have gone over in 14 of their last 21.
Yeah, that's why I'm going. I'm going to over in this one. I think lineups, especially the Mets, man, they hit well at home. We saw them put up a big number yesterday. I think they'll do it again today against Patrick Corbin. The last 4 out of 5 times they played in this stadium, all 4 of those games went over the total. So give me the over in this one.
Yeah, probably like that play, Bo. I'll go with the Nationals run line, if you know what I mean, my friend. The steam did come in on the over, but how did we not see a few runs here today? I think the over is probably going to be pretty popular in the chat, too. We'll see in just a moment. I'll take the Nationals here with this run line. I definitely feel a little bit, I'm trying to help Jermaine here, if anything. So, in just a conversation, Bo, with Bo about it. So, right, Bo? I like the Nationals today. I don't know if they can win against these slugging Mets, so I'm adding the run and a half. And Jermaine, I do have to lay here a little bit of juice to get that run and a half. So I'll add a run and a half to my score if the Mets win this game 5-4. I'm laying 125 to win 100 plus a run and a half. So if it's 5-4, the Nationals will win the game on the betting line. 5.5 to 5. So I hope I'm not dumbing it down or insulting you by trying to say it, but I have to lay a little bit of juice to get that plus run and a half, and that's what I'll do with my pick. Bo is on the over, so hopefully I still helping him a little bit here.
I
So that's
make
what I want to do. Go ahead, Bo.
I do some study on that course tonight, and you come back tomorrow, Jermaine. Man, we'll have some more information. Try to help you figure that out.
Yeah, it feels like he's trying to get us to we're not seeing, because that's a pretty basic question, but he might be have a little bit more complex angle to it. Justin's got Slugger Pete over 1.5 bases. Dennis Finley, been a great contributor here since joining us. I want to look at his avatar there. He's at a concert here of some kind. He's at a country concert. All right. Frankie Diamond, Mets over in this one. Jermaine also, he's going Mets team total over. Thomas Bird, though, does like the under in this one. Dre's on the Nats run line. Juice is going over. Corbin said, or Dave said, you know what? Corbin is doing better than everybody gives him credit for, and he gets no run support. Well, that's everyone's down on this guy. And yeah, maybe the numbers aren't even par. Maybe they are par, but yeah, you're right, Dave. They aren't hitting for him. And the thing about Corbin, he also gets into some tough matchups. All right. Oh, thanks, Dennis. He was at the Jazz Fest in New Orleans. Oh, okay, great. All right. You guys are down there in the chat. Bo's on the over. I'll take the Nationals. Next up is a matchup here with the Athletics taking on the Red Sox. Bo, dummy me. I thought, oh, I'm not worried about how hot it is. I'm going to take an under here. This game was way over. Big time runs. We called it yesterday here on the show, Bo. You and I said Red Sox run line, and we got it right.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go back to the total, man. Going over once again. Surprisingly, man, Oakland is top 10 when it comes to hitting home runs. They hit home runs well. Nick Pavetta, ERA over 5. Sirius ERA on the road is over 4. So they will see another high scoring game in this one, man. So I ain't gonna hold you. I'm going over the total.
Okay, and I'll go back to the well on the run line. So, Jermaine, I'm going to have to lay this run line here, but like Bo said, you want to get that plus money, and maybe this is where we're talking about, Bo. Maybe this is where Jermaine, maybe. So I'm going to lay a run and a half with Boston, and I'm going to get plus $1.10. So if I take my $100 bill, I plunk it down there, and they win it by 2 runs or more, I'm going to get $210 back. So I'll get plus money for laying that extra run and a half. So maybe that's what he meant there, because that's where I think some people do see the confusion, because the plus is on there. It says, minus 1.5 plus 110. So maybe that's the confusion, and that's what I'm doing in this game. So maybe that will be the answer. Actually, I'll take the Red Sox on the run line. Let's see what the chat has. They have first 5 under here, maybe for Darren in this game. Frankie's with me. Bo, he's going Red Sox run line here. Also, Dennis Finley likes the over, and he'll lay the run line as well. And Dre is going over here as well. All right, not a lot of opinions here, maybe because of one-sided game, but yeah, Oakland's funny that way. We'll say this, Bo, they're 2-17 in their last 19 games on the road. Sears does have one start against Boston, 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Pavetta, career numbers against Oakland, 0.71 ERA and a 6-0 record.
Yeah.
All right. And Robert McCormick stepping in. Bobby Mack, as I think they called him on another channel last night. Sears under 16.5 strikeouts. Dave likes the over in this one. All right, next up. Royals and Cardinals game 2. Bo, let me see. I don't know if I don't have the Cardinals pitcher listed on the screen, but I think Sonny Gray is tabbed for game 2 here against Michael Wacha. I'm showing the Cardinals favored about it. Yes, okay, good. $1.55 here in this one, and the total here is 8 over 15. Like I said, while the other doubleheader is what is tabbed a traditional doubleheader, like they do in the old days with just about half hour in between games. These two teams, providing the first game doesn't go a bunch of innings, will take a couple hours off, come back and play this one at 6:45 Central. Go ahead, Bo.
Yeah, man. I like way to both these pitchers are pitching. ERAs under 3. Kansas City Royals batting 220 on the road. I like the way the bullpen pitches for Cardinals is the house, man. So I think we'll see a lower scoring than this. So I'm going under that total, under juice.
Bo going under here, Kansas City and St. Louis in this one. I'm going to come back with the Royals in game 2 of the doubleheader today. I'll take them. Take Wacha, 1.62 ERA in his last 3 starts. For the Royals and Gray, he's got for the Cardinals and Gray, he's got a 5.25 ERA in his last 4 starts. Cardinals are 11-5 with Gray, and they've won 20 of their last 31. But doubleheader here, a little bit of variance. Actually, I want to check the run line. I just think it's going to be too high for me to be. So I know Jermaine was kind of giving me the business. He kind of said, "Drop it, Ramon." Bo, he goes, "I'm good," but here we're taking a run and a half at -175. I'm going to take the money line instead. I'll take the Royals at plus $1.30, $1.35, whatever it might be. Let's see if the chat game 2 of the doubleheader, I imagine, might be a little bit light here on selections. Juice will go with Sonny, or they might, no, I don't think they're going with Gray. I think they were trying to tell me he was pitching. Thomas goes under in the second game. Dre going under in game 2. And I don't mind that, you guys. Kervin's got our first Nerfy of the day in game 2. Gray is 3-16 in his first innings this season, allowing runs in 3 of his 16. And for Wacha, he is 3 for 15. So these guys are okay.
Like that.
And also, go ahead, Bo.
No, I sound like that Nerfy. Let's go.
Yep. Dave said he'll take under in game 2. And Jermaine said, what did we take in game? The game 1 was back at the beginning of the show there. Bo had the Cards and I had the under in game 1. In game 2 here, Bo is going with the under and I'm going with the Royals. So give you 4 picks there. All right. Jermaine said Cardinals with good numbers in a good number. Cardinals got good numbers versus Wacha. Yeah, no doubt about it. I got him at actually Wacha 2-0 with a 2.19 ERA against. He pitched for the Cardinals, remember, for 5 or 6 years. I want to say before the pandemic. That's how we do things now. Either BP or AP.
That's crazy. But he right about the time flying, though.
Yep. Pirates and Brewers here with Perez on the mound against Myers here. Max Meyer or Tanner Myers, I think is I always get them mixed up.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Here in this one, $1.50 total, 8.5, over 15. Bo, this one I really mentioned yesterday. I went with as a premium, and this is my other loss. The Brewers have been they destroy the Pirates at home. I mean, this is a series where long term. I mean, it is like years long. I'm sure Jeff can set me straight on. We talked about it the first time these teams met, especially in Milwaukee. The Brewers have just owned the Pirates, but I think Pirates got the best of them yesterday.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get him back in this one against Mark Perez. I think in April they hit 5 home runs against him, so I think he one of the worst pitchers in his rotation for the Pirates. Looking for the Brewers to bounce back big, man. So I'm taking that over 8.5 in this
one. Okay, yep, going over here with these two today. The Brewers pound them here. Certainly, Pirates have gone under in 4 straight road games, but uh, like I said, the Pittsburgh has lost. Been losing big time to this team. They just finally got them yesterday. Here, let's see here. Let me go to the chat. And you said Brewers, right, Bo?
I took the over 8, over 8.5.
Going over. Gotcha. You were just talking about the home run prowess. Let's see here what the chat has to say. I'm probably going to come in with the Pirates and lay a little juice on the run line, but let's see here. Frankie Diamond starts us off. He's got the Brewers. Thomas Lewis is on the Brewers run line. Fernando goes first 5 over. Dennis Finley's on the Brewers run line. Curvin is on the over. Thomas is on the over as well. Trey's on the over. Juice is on the over. It's the law. Dog is on the over. I know where this is headed. I'm not going to I'm not going against you. I'm not saying under. I just know that this is probably going to feel like a consensus pick. So I'll leave it alone and end up I'll take my run line here with the Pirates. The steam came in on the under in this game just to be forthright here. I'll take plus 1.5 minus $1.60. Bo, don't tell anybody. But the steam did come in here this game on the under. They took, let's see, I'm going to get it here. They took under, talking about those sharps, and it was under, I want to say it was under 8.5, but it's still 8.5. So, okay, that's interesting. That's too bad. Maybe just hang on if you guys want to play that over. I'm not saying it's going to dip any lower. I'm not going to give any advice about when to play it, but boy, all right. You guys are on the over big time. And let's see here any more from the chat. Jermaine took an alternative over on this one at over 9.5. Thomas Lewis confirms the consensus play number 3 today with us. And team consensus pretty strong yesterday after a little bit of a shaky ride there of late, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely came through yesterday with some winners. Team steam, good job. All right. Darren is laying the run line with the Brewers. He's going against me. Okay, here we go in this one. Next up, Marlins and Brady Hoeing going up against the Astros and Framber Valdez in this one. Bo for the Marlins here coming in. This will be, I would think, with Hoeing. We're definitely going to see a few pitchers here in this one. Valdez. Whoa, Bo.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it over to you here in a second, and I'll go blow my nose. But Houston still have won 14 of the last 18. Valdez, a 5 ERA in his last 3 starts. He's gone under in 10 of his last 15. Stretch it out for a few seconds if you will, Bo. I'm going to mute myself and turn off the cam and hawk one up probably.
I got you. All right, guys, in this one, man, I'm going to look at the over. I think Hirsch is going to get to this guy, man. If they're looking like they're going to start a bullpen game with the Marlins, definitely not going to do well against Hirsch at home, where they're putting up over 5.5 runs per game. Framber Valdez ERA is over 5, so Miami had them put up some runs, so I think they'll be able to add to the total, man. So I like the over in this spot. As far as the side, you know what I'm saying, I'm just going to continue to rock with the Astros, man. This team is, looking better than how they was in the first of the season. Lineup has been getting strong against this Marlins lineup, pitching rotation, bullpen. I think they get this win by multiple runs. So I like to hear the Astros on the run line in this one.
Okay. Well, I'll probably go against Bo here. Our first challenge of the show. We gotta have a name for that. I'll take the run line with Miami today to surprise here. Just really, it's a price based play, as a lot of plays are for me, Bo, to be honest. And yeah, that's pretty high price. I know Houston's on fire. They're great right now, and they're finally making their move here. It feels like at this point, I'm going to grab the Marlins on the run line as my play. Let's see what the chat has here in this one. You got Frankie Diamond here. He's going with the over. And next up is Jermaine. He's rolling with you. He'll lay 2.5 here, Bo. Sounds like you're probably willing to almost do that as well today. And let's see here. David, Astros over. Jermaine, Houston team total over. Law Dog's going to go under in this one. Thomas Bird, Houston in the first 5. Few more coming in. Nope, that's it for this one. All right. Bo is on the Astros. Sound like run line and over, and I'll take Marlins on the run line here. But yeah, I probably expect some runs. Ron, go ahead, Bo.
What's at the over though? I like the I like the over the most.
Oh, you do like over, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Ron Hahn checking in. He's like, Astros here minus 1.5. Dennis Finley said he'll lay the 2.5 in this one. All right. Next up, Rangers and Jared Lorenzen. Angels and Griffin Canning in this one. For Lorenzen, a 3.5 ERA in his last 5 starts. Texas just 5-10 with Lorenzen. Rangers finally getting it in gear. Going to have to step on it here, Bo. Your Rangers right now, they have won 7 of their last 9 at this point. They've gone over in 8 of their last 10 on the road. Griffin Canning has an ERA over 5 in his last 3 starts, and the Angels are 2-5 with Canning in his last 7 starts. The Angels have dropped 8 of their last 9.
Hey man, make it 9 out of the last 10, right? Let's go with the Rangers, man. Money line, you take them on the run line. They hot. So I'm not gonna jump off the train, man. Keep on cashing with them Rangers. Just a better team, better lineup. Just overall better team, man. Angels without Mike Trout. Just rotation, bullpen, bottom of the league. So give me the Rangers money line and on the run line.
Sharps are going to be clearly on the Angels in this one. Bo on the Rangers. Rangers will be pretty popular, I'm sure, in the chat as well. I'm sure that the Sharps just taking these numbers here a little bit because, yeah, the Angels are back to just really looking pretty bad here right now. I'm going to go under for my play, Bo, in this one. Maybe Lorenzen can stifle them here a little bit coming in. Canning has gone under in 6 of his last 8 starts, so I will need a little bit of work from him to help me get there. I'll take the under in this one. Here comes some plays from the chat led by Thomas Lewis. He'll go with the Rangers on the money line. And maybe Fernando's on the over first 5 here. Jermaine, Angels team total over. Frankie, Angels run line. So a little bit of a mix here. Law Dog's on the Rangers. Dave's on the Rangers money line as well. And Bob Martin here today says he cashed with some of those consensus plays yesterday. Yeah, it was nice to get this group back on. Jermaine pointing out in that Marlins game, they're woeful 4-26 record against left-handers, and no doubt have I capitalized on that over the last few weeks, but I'm going with them here. Okay, anyways, Rangers and Angels, you guys are done with your plays. Bo on here with the Rangers, and I'm on the under. All right, next up. Almost done, Bo. 2 games to go here in Major League Baseball. It's the Braves and Morton taking on the Diamondbacks and Slade Ciccone. I always said on the show here, it sounds like a rocker, Slade Ciccone. And Braves going to be favored here on the road, $1.35. Total here, 9 over 15. Morton, an ERA just under 4 in his last 4 starts. The Braves are just 4-8 with Morton in his last 12 starts, but 4-game winning streak right now for the Braves. Ciccone, an ERA close to 7 in his last 3 starts, making his first start here against Atlanta in his career. Arizona's gone over in 11 of the last 14.
Yeah, let's go over again, man. I think Charlie Morton at home is better than on the road. I think the Arizona Diamondbacks a bit to get to him. Like I said yesterday, man, his team been hot. They scored almost 60 runs, man, in the last 8 games. So give me the over in this one.
Bo going over here, Morton and Ciccone here in this one. Let's get your plays from the chat. I think I'm probably going to end up on Arizona run line in this one. Let's see what's going on with the chat. Arizona hosting Atlanta with Thomas Lewis starting us off. He's got the Atlanta Braves money line. Stop Geo stopping in today. Thank you for coming. He says, thank you for the show, Ramon and Bo. Frankie's on Arizona money line. Bob Martin's on Atlanta. Jeff says, give me the Braves. On the run line, Dennis Finley wants over in this one. Darren's going with the Braves. And you know what? Fernando sounds like he's with me. We got a couple of guys here on the Diamondbacks. Fernando and I, it sounds like. Bo's on the over. I'm on the D-backs on the run line. All right. One more, Bo, and that's all for the baseball today with the Blue Jays on the road here with Chris Bassett going up against Logan Webb and the Giants. Bassett, 2.43 ERA in his last 6 starts. Toronto's dropped 16 of their last 24 games. However, the Giants have won 9 of their last 13. They've gone over in 8 of their last 12 at home. And for Logan Webb, a 3.38 ERA in his last 6 starts. Did have one start against Toronto, 5 runs and 5 innings pitched, but you got the Giants here, Bo, $1.55 or so. The total mostly there's a 7.5, but feels like mostly 7 over 20.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna take Logan Webb. I'm gonna lay the juice. I like the way he pitch at home, keep the ball on the ground. Like we already discussed, man. It's a pitcher friendly ballpark. And I just the Toronto Blue Jays, man, have not been hitting well against righties over the last month or so. So I think they're gonna struggle against Logan Webb, man. I'm gonna lay the juice. I'm gonna take the Giants at home.
All right, Bo, with the Giants, I'm going to go with the over in this one. If it's going to be 7 runs, look, I get it. Bassett back to being a pretty good pitcher again. I know we're in San Francisco, but Toronto has been over in 15 of their last 21 games overall. Webb's gone over in his last 3 home starts. I'll try the over. Let's see what the chat has in this one with starting us off. It's Thomas Lewis, of course. He's on the Giants here on the money line. And Frankie Diamond, Giants on the run line. Jeff goes under in this one, going under the 7. And Dennis Finley says, give me San Francisco money line and the over. All right, give you another few seconds as we wrap it up here. Major League Baseball coverage with Bo Dunn here on the Morning Steam. Are you going to catch Bo and I? I'll be here every day. Bo's probably going to be here most every day too. We're having a pretty good time with this, I'd say. Thomas Bird went with an alternate run line, an alternate total under 9.5. Gonna have to lay a pretty price there, but he feels pretty secure about it. Thomas Lewis chimed in. He says he's got the Giants as a 4th consensus play here. I don't know if we stretched it a little bit thin, but well, you had Thomas, you had Frankie, you had Dennis Finley, and you had, of course, Bo Dunn. So 4-0. That sounds like a consensus. That'll be our 4th play in baseball. So 4 consensus plays. Thomas will probably type them in. We'll move over to the W with this very unique card. Hopefully, my man Chad's in there, and we'll get rolling here, Bo, with the 5-game card, all-day game starting here in 30 minutes. So we got to go. We got to finish up so we can go watch some women's basketball. And Bo, it'll be first off the Liberty and the Sun here in this one. Bo, the Liberty are going to be favored on the road. 2 of the best teams in the league. Certainly, maybe Connecticut has had a little bit of a downturn despite their strong record. I think maybe we've seen the vulnerability come when they played good teams. It's what it feels like. They beat all the bad teams, and against the good teams maybe is where they're kind of suffering their losses here. Liberty certainly pretty hot right now, have to be considered up there with those top teams. I'd put them ahead of the Sun, obviously, here as a road favorite. Do you think anything in this one?
Yeah, man, I like the Liberty in this one. They just shoot the 3 ball way well more than the Connecticut Sun, so I think that's going to be the advantage they got in this game. So I just lay them on the money line and just taking them points. I like them on.
Yeah. Interesting to note that total. Look how low that was. Now it's up to 159. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the over here on the show. You talked about the Liberty in their 3-point prowess. Yeah, Connecticut does kind of, hang their hat a little bit defensively. It feels like that's kind of their thing, and that's kind of what's worked for them. Bo, I like Connecticut. I mean, I always pretty fond of them. Bo, the personal story here is Dejanay Carrington of the Connecticut Sun. Her mother is a high school basketball coach, one of the most successful coaches where I'm from in San Diego, and I've never met Dejanay Carrington, but I've talked to her mother probably 50 times in my life, and she's a really great high school basketball coach. Obviously, coached up her daughter pretty well on the Connecticut Sun. And I'm going to end up with the over here. I have 157 on the screen, but 159 now it looks like here. And, I think the thought here is that maybe the Sun at home can keep the Liberty down here a little bit, but still Liberty pretty good at this point. Connecticut's gone under in 6 of their last 9 games, but New York has won 7 of the last 8 meetings against the Connecticut Sun. So I'm going to go over here in this one. Let's see what we got. Want to say hello and welcome to Robbie Cater in the chat. Thank you, Robbie. New name for me. Hope I got that one right, the way you spelled it there. And he says, what about the New York Liberty? Well, Bo just took them, so that sounds pretty good. Darren said he bet him at -2. And Dave, thank you. He says see you after the All-Star break. So it sounds like Dave's going to take a few days off. Thank you so much, Dave. I'll check in with you later today. And Kelvin McClinton stopping by. Good morning. Next up, WNBA, Bo, it's a dream. And the Sky. For the Sky here, they are favored -6. Reese still on that great streak, but don't forget about the other rookie on this team, Cardoso. She looks like she's going to be really an impact player inside. You think of Reese and all these boards, but Cardoso too. This has got to be one of the best rebounding tandems, maybe the best rebounding tandem in the entire league. Now, Atlanta has covered 7 of their last 10 on the road, and they've beaten Chicago in 5 of the last 6. We know Chicago a little bit different now. Maybe they do have to keep the pressure on. Chicago needs to keep winning. Atlanta, obviously, they're behind these two, and they need to keep winning, but Chicago still to be favored.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Chicago at home, man. Just think Atlanta James is banged up. I think they've been on the road for a few games. I think 5 out of their last 6 games been on the road, so I think the Sky get it done with Angela, man. Probably look at her prop too, man. She's just been getting a rebound, so I like her rebound props over as well.
Yeah, Bo, for sure. One thing about Atlanta, you mentioned it, Ariel Powers. She's out. She's a regular player in there for sure. Also, for me here, Other injury, Jordan Canada out. We know Ryan Howard's been out for close to, I think, 3 weeks here now at this point. I mean, she's really the probably the best player on the team of a team. Atlanta probably underrated, but they've really underachieved here. I thought going out and getting Tina Charles was going to be awesome for them, but they have struggled. Now I think they do have an interesting matchup here because even though the Sky, their numbers would say they are kind of a defensive team, but other teams do get production against them. I'm going to still go under here, though. The Sky doesn't, they lack explosive scoring. There's no doubt about that. Kennedy Carter has definitely stepped up her game. I've been impressed with her. I was kind of, everybody's down on her attitude a little bit, hitting Clark the way she did. And yeah, she shows her emotion a little bit on the court, but it was great to see the leadership of a player like Angel Reese here. And you got Marina Mabry as well. Probably played pretty good defense in this one against players like Caldwell or Jones or whoever. Not Caldwell Jones, the old Sixer, remember, Bo, but I'll take the under as my play in this one, and Bo's going to roll, it sounds like, with the Sky. See if there's any comments from the chat here in this one. Law Dog says he's like that. He likes Reese over in the rebounds. Tucker Boy says, give me the Sky in the first half. He'll lay 3 points. Thomas says, missing Howard is hurting this team. If anything, Ryan Howard is kind of the overlooked superstar in the league, and she's missed several games now here. And Jeff basically just said Kennedy's, well, all right. Let's move on. Next game here, Mystics and Fever in this one. Bo, this one will have a nice crowd for sure. At home, Fever by 6 over the Mystics. Mystics have done a credible job despite all their problems. I'll give them a little bit of credit. They might be up against it here, though. It's funny, the Fever really haven't enjoyed we talked about their tough schedule and all that, Bo. They really haven't had a decisive victory. Could today be the day?
You talking about Washington today?
The Fever favored the Fever haven't. I talked up Washington there at the beginning, but I'm saying the Fever haven't enjoyed a large victory here, and maybe this might be the day.
Nah, man, I'm rocking with the Fever, man. They Washington twice. Both those games went over the total as well, so I would take the Fever and the over in this one.
Well, it's certainly going to be a pretty good matchup here for players like, I would think, Kelsey Mitchell in this one. Now, the only thing I'm saying about the Mystics a little bit, they've got, look, Dolson can play good defense. Hines Allen can play good defense. I just feel like it's a bad spot. Carly Samuelson's out. Look, the Mystics have had other injuries this season, so I'm kind of riding with you. I was trying to poke the bear a little bit maybe in this one. I'm going to end up taking the over, though. If I got it at 170 here, look, the Mystics are portrayed maybe as a defensive club, but like I said, Bo, really what I'm trying to get at is it feels like to me the Fever haven't really been able to show the home crowd yet what it's like to, win a game by maybe 15 or 20 points. Maybe they'll get that opportunity today. I do think the Mystics are better than their 5-17 record, but I'm worried about some of these 11 o'clock and noontime starts today for the road teams here. It's not something the WNBA isn't exactly used to. Like I said, every team has a few of these games throughout the season. This is something the league has done. For all the new observers, Bo, they're like, what's going on? But this has been something the league has been doing many, many years, playing day games in this league, maybe to attract extra eyeballs. There's not a lot of national coverage of the television games, but gets a lot of new fans in the seats. Okay. Let me see if I have any comments. I'll let you comment on that one with the Mystics and the Fever, because we got here with Stop Geo started us off. Maybe he's got a little boosted parlay on FanDuel here. Bo, Reese over 10.5 rebounds and Clark over 15.5 points. Law Dog likes Clark's PRA over. He also has Fever money line. Kelvin says, "Give me the fever." Darren's on the fever. Want to say hello and welcome to Sports Money joining us today. And Thomas Lewis says, "Give me the fever." Dennis Finley's on the fever. Jeff says, and hey, what are the odds, Jeff? Let us know. What are the odds on Clark's triple? Could she do it again, Bo? Another triple double. I couldn't figure why are we? I asked you that yesterday. Why are we seeing all these records setting? I think maybe the play's getting better. Daryl Turner says, "Good morning, Ramon and Bo." Hey, Bo, you brought us both good luck because I, like you, was on Spain in Euro soccer, and I just need my Uruguay to beat Colombia in Copa tonight, says Daryl Turner at you, Bo.
What's up with it there, man? It's gonna be a good one. That Columbia game gonna be a good one. So I might tap in and check that one out myself. But I think it's gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, the only thing I like better than the Colombian men's soccer team, Bo, is the Colombian women's soccer team. I tell you. All right. Uh, Dennis Finley here is on a teaser with New York and the Fever. I want to say hello to Mr. Rainmaker joining us in the chat. He says, "Hello, sirs." Thank you, Mr. Rainmaker, for at least saying hi.
What's going on?
One more here, Bo, or a couple more here, Bo, with the Aces and the Storm. Now, this moves on the Storm, obviously, here, Bo. The Aces opened maybe 5, but they're down to 4.5. I'm seeing a couple of 4s even out there right now. Look, the Aces are awesome. They're back in full Aces mode at this point, but I would think don't sleep on this Storm team. If I had to look at the best teams in the league right now, I mean, certainly we're putting the Aces right there, probably back at the top, but you got to have the Liberty, right? You still got to include that Connecticut Sun. You've got to include the Minnesota Lynx, and I think you've got to include the Seattle Storm. They're at home here, getting the points. Aces still going to be probably pretty popular, but Storm's got a pretty good team. I mean, they got NECA, they got Magbagor, Jewel Lloyd, Skylar Diggins Smith. What do you have here?
Yeah, my premium players on the side, so can't really get that one out. But I do think we're gonna see some points. Vegas number 1 in scoring number 3, and they already played back in June. I think it was like 177 points scored in that one. So give me the over, man. I think we'll see some points in this one.
All right, Bo Dunn says go over in this one with Las Vegas and Seattle. We know that Vegas has been putting up pretty big numbers here. I'll caution to this, Bo, and this we're gonna have we already had one baseball challenge. I'm going to take the under here in this one. I'm going to say Seattle comes out and, well, I don't want to give anything away. You talked about and I don't know, maybe we might be opposite here, it feels like, but hey, I'll take the under. We might be totally opposite here. I'll take the under in this one with the Aces and the Storm. I think what it comes down to for me, this is going to be a pretty important game, it feels like, for the Storm. Both teams have basically the exact same record here. The Storm, I think, have one more victory at this point. I'll take the under as my play here. I would have pivoted, done something else, Bo, but I'm on a premium too. So let's see what the chat has to say. I feel like I'll be the contrarian guy here. Thomas says Aces are slack on the road. Is that right, Thomas? Or was that a typo, meaning they don't play as well? I think maybe early on, right? They were troubled because of the injuries and all that. We know their story. Law Dogs going Storm money line here. Here's Bob McCormick, Asia Wilson over points in a prop. Daryl's going to ride with me, though. He's got Storm money line in the under, so Daryl's with me on that one. Breaking news here a little bit, Bo, right now. Not a big breaking story, but certainly it's something going to impact us. And I don't know, it's game 2 of the doubleheader, so if you want to alter your pick before we get off the air, it doesn't matter. But the Cardinals are going to end up either scratching. It could be an opener. I just don't know if Sonny Gray has had an opener. So maybe let me look at this kid. We're getting here from a pitching change here for the Cardinals. Graceffo here will go for the Cardinals. A little bit of breaking news here. This will be Gordon Graceffo making his first major league start here in game 2 of the doubleheader. This one is come out within the last few minutes here. He was coming up from Memphis. Gray will get pushed back to Friday, where he'll face the Cubs. And because this is a doubleheader, Bo, they get to bring up a 20. So it might be just one start for this kid, and go right back. I would assume you bring in that number 27 man for the doubleheader. He does have a 2.22 ERA since the start of June, with 26 strikeouts and 10 walks in 28 innings. Bo, game 2 of the doubleheader. I went with the Royals. You went with the under. This rookie pitching here, I don't want to put you on the spot. You can cancel your play too. Just free plays. We're just giving out some opinions. That's what we like to do. Have I told you enough here about this kid? Do you want to hear more? Or do you want to just comment about the game, the Royals and Cards again?
Now, this kind of make my point, man. You never know what's going to happen. Double headers. I don't bet them. So I'm just going to scratch the pick, man. But I still think Kansas City struggling. They lineup still hitting 220. So I think they'll struggle against any pitcher right now. So probably under will be good, but I'm just going to scratch it.
That was classic. Just goes to prove my point. All right. And they obviously knew they were going to call, you got to get the guy there from Memphis. They knew what they were doing. So, hey, come on, tell us in advance so we don't waste our time, Cardinals and baseball. One more, Bo, in the WNBA here with the Wings and the Mercury at home. Tarasi on that injured list. Feels like she will be out of this one here, Bo. There are also Rebecca Allen has been upgraded to probable, which kind of caught me by surprise. Dallas still missing Maddie Siegrist. They've been playing a little bit better after that horrible start. You expect Dallas to be maybe a little bit better team, but I will say this: they have lost 15 of their last 17 right now, and have failed 5 straight games against the spread. So I can't really give you too much there as far as how they've been improving, but you got a poor record. Mercury, though, 7.5. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the over in this one. Both teams giving up a lot of points. Phoenix giving up an average of 86. Dallas giving up an average of 96. So I think we'll see some points, man. As far as the side go, I really want to take Dallas with them points, man. I think that's a lot of points. So if I wasn't leaning on the side, I would take the 7.5 with Dallas, but I like the over the most.
All right. Well, I'm going to go against you, Bo. I'm going to take the under here in this one. I got a premium on the side. Like I said, I got a 5-pack over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off that package. I've got all 5 sides. That's what I did. Struggled in my totals here in the WNBA of late, Bo. It's supposed to be my specialty, so going with 5 sides today and gave you 5 totals here on the air with Bo, even though I disagreed with him on a couple. Let's see if the chat has anything here. Wings and Mercury here with no, nobody's doing not much of anything yet. We do have Art Smith, talking NBA Summer League today. And thank you, Art, for your selection here. I think I might have a player or two actually here. I've written them down here. So I got off to a rough start in Summer League too, where our first 2 seasons here at Tony's Picks, Bo, I did pretty good, but got off to a rough start. But thank you, Art, for your play in Summer League action. Let me recite to everyone the plays here. Oh, Daryl here. Lean to the Wings spread with Mercury injuries and DT out for the Mercury. Okay, in Summer League play today, everybody, just want to recite these games to you. All evening action. Memphis, 7.5 at Oklahoma City. Today, Miami minus 4.5. I say at versus here. Miami 4.5 over the Lakers, 176.5. Utah is minus 8.5 over Philadelphia, and the Warriors are 9.5 over Sacramento. Number 2. There's running 2 teams out there. Bo today. So anybody interested in those summer league action here? I've got my plays right now. I'm going with the Memphis Grizzlies here today in their game against Oklahoma City. I will lay 7.5. You're not going to get any analysis here, Bo, on these summer league games, but also the Utah Jazz. I'm going to lay more points there with Utah. Got to lay, I think, 8.5 now in that one. And I have one total in summer league action. It's going to be the Miami Heat and LA Lakers game to go over 176.5. And let's see here. One other game I wanted to mention, Bo. I don't think I've seen the line yet. If anybody has, let me know. And maybe, Bo, you could take a stab at it. The United States men's national team will take on Canada tonight in their first Olympic tune-up. Bo, Canada may have their best team they've ever had. Can they stay within, what do you think the line will be, Bo? 24, 28?
I'm not really sure on this one, man. You on this one here.
All right. I was going to try to see here real quick if any of the started bouncing that up here, that game a little bit today, real quick, if I can get it. I've looked at a few books and couldn't find any before the show, but that game I certainly will take certainly a lot of attention here today in that one, and that one will be played at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific time, United States and Canada. Fox Sports 1 here if you want to see it. And this one, Bo, is going to be played right here in Las Vegas. And nobody here just yet with any basketball. All right. Curtis is wondering about the consensus. Maybe Thomas is working on that. Bob McCormick says, what about England and Netherlands today? Bo, two teams that are, in my opinion, known for choking at this stage. Someone's going to have to win here with Netherlands and England. I'm going to pull for Netherlands. I feel like England has probably more talent than any team, it feels like, man for man, and they always disappoint. They're going to be about $1.30 here, $1.35. The total is 2. Bo, you going to be checking out Euro today? Talked about Colombia already. You're going to check that one out.
That's probably the only one I put a little sprinkle of money on at that tie in the 90 minutes with Colombia. I like that one the most, but I like the other one. This one, which on that one?
All right, Netherlands. Hey, like I said, England should win. Just feels like two teams that don't know how to get out of each other's way. So I'm not necessarily making a pick. If I could do that, can I just make a bet once in a while and just bet it and forcing a pick? Look, I want to pick the best pick. I just feel like here. And Timmy Chushu says exactly that. He says, as I like to say, Bo l'Orange. I have an actual hat, Bo, that I'll wear. I should have worn it on this show with with the Netherlands lion and the Netherlands hat, and it's orange. He says L'Orange owns England head to head, and he likes Gakpo to score first after looking good in the last game. Gakpo in the Euro event here on Wednesday, big time soccer action, no doubt. England's had 4 straight matches, obviously, end in a draw here at this point. England also has gone under in 7 straight Euro games. Bob McCormick says, I've been on the under, a half a goal in the first half, but this one feels different. Okay. Yeah, I think I get that same feeling, but I feel like they'll still tense up and it may not get to 2 goals. We'll see. Thanks a lot, everybody. I hope I didn't miss any good sports you guys are interested in. I try to at least touch on everything that you guys might be interested in betting on here on the morning steam. They're talking a little bit about this tennis match underway, Bo, and I went against my guy, Taylor Fritz. He's probably my favorite player, and I did say I want to take Musetti plus 4.5 games. Musetti was up 3-0 early, he was up early, but now Fritz has come back here 5-3 in the first set. All right. Curtis says the Bo and Ramon consensus picks. I'll work on that. We're still kind of feeling things out here, Curtis. Thank you for everything, though, as always. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Bo, let's get out of here and go watch some WNBA action. I know Bo will be watching today in the W and Major League Baseball as well. Thanks, everybody in the chat. We'll catch you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific with more morning steam here on the show. Bo, tell us about your packages today and everything at Tony's and with OG.
Yeah, man, I got a 3-pack right now, MOB, ready to cash. I do have a top play on the side between Vegas and Seattle, so y'all can grab that as well, man. But as what I always say, get them long-term packages. That way you ain't got to worry about it. Everything we put out, you'll get them. Highest rated plays and everything else. So make sure to jump over there, man, ogcapital.com. You can use code OG20, say that 20%. Tony's picks as well. Also, guys, make sure you join me and Amanda and the guys over there at OG Capitals YouTube channel, OG Sports Network. We'll be giving out all free plays in multiple sports, man. I give out all game by game MOB on every slate each and every day, man. We get them out nice and early. Go check it out. OG Sports Network YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. All right, man. See you tomorrow, Ramon, man. Let's get this money, let's cash these tickets. Appreciate everybody for joining, man. See y'all tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Appreciate all your comments. Let me know how you guys are liking the show with me and Bo. Do you want me to go? Bo can handle it. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. So long.
Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, be fuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The bonus team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.